Alright, let me show you some more tech right here. I'm gonna show you some running command grabs. So like, I'm pretty sure you've seen like, let me put this thing to guard actually. Guard? Alright, cool. I'm pretty sure you've seen something like this, right? Somebody runs up and does a command grab on you like that. You ever wonder how people are doing stuff like that? Like even from that far, you see that? I can grab him from almost mid-screen with Yamazaki. See that thing? Like, it's really good to learn. Nice. But like you can do running supers the same way. See that? Just ran up in his face. That's pretty good. So the way we do this is basically there's a run buffer, right? As soon as you start running, like forward, even if I hold back, there's still a period of time where Yamazaki still runs. Like your character's still gonna run. I think it's like 10 frames or something where the input buffer for a run, it might be like a little bit more, maybe 10, 12 frames. I'm not sure about the numerical data, but when you run, your character is committed to that run, you know, for a short time. Even if I'm like holding back right here, you see, or holding up, in that case, it's just holding up. So in that small period, you can buffer any motion, basically. Like, basically, I'm buffering back, right? And Yamazaki is going to be walking back. But I could buffer 2-3-6, like quarter circle forward. Right? You see that? Like, it's in the run. So, forward. And then, let me buffer a quarter circle forward, right? Right there. You see that on the left side? So, forward. And then 2-3-6, really quick. And then hold forward, right? So, forward, 2-3-6. But very fast, right? See that? That was it. That was the right one. You're doing it too slow if your character does this. Oh, I did too fast. If your character does this right here, like okay. Let me try to do it slower. Yeah, that's a bad one. That's a good one. Wow, this game is so much easier to do it in. Okay. But if you're doing that, then you're doing it too slow, right? Forward, and then quarter circle forward. Because your character will stop, and then start walking again. The trick is like, do forward, like do the dash, and input that 2-3-6, that quarter circle forward, as fast as possible. And then hold forward. You see how like those inputs on the left? You see the last 5 inputs right there? It's a 6, 6, and then 2-3-6. But Yamazaki is still running. Even though there was a down and a diagonal input, he never crouched or, you know, did any of that because I buffered it. And because I buffered that, when I hit a button, his double return comes out. You know, this one, 2-3-6. I can run, I can perform that immediately out of a run because I buffered the motion. See that? Immediately. So you can buffer any motion. I can, you know, like, see that right there? So you can buffer any motion with this, and that's how you get running command grabs. So his command is 6-3-2-4, no, 6-3-2-1-4. Back to 6, and then a punch button, right? So it's a half U back, and then forward, and a punch button. That is Yamazaki's command grab. So you want to buffer that half U forward after the second forward of the dash, right? So numerically it's like 6-6. That's your dash, right? So you want to go 6-6, and then 3-2-1-4. 1, 2, boom, 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 boom. Okay, 6-6, 3-2-1-4. In other words, forward, then immediately do the U. Or to make it easier, forward, half U back, forward. Very fast. Forward, half U back, forward. So 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3. Really quick. See that? See those inputs? And because of the leniency of 98 UM, you see that I didn't hit the 1 in that input. I didn't hit the down back diagonal, and it still came out. The run will still come out. So forward, half circle back, forward. Because we want to buffer a half circle back for his command grab. Right? Really fast. See, that was too slow. If I do that, it's too slow. So this one, because there's a wider inputs, right? It's not a quarter circle forward. It's a half circle back. So So you got to be a bit quicker on it, like that. See? Just practice that motion, that movement. If your character keeps running, like turn the inputs on and then do it. If you see the half circle buffered into the run and your character keeps running forward, you did it correctly. And you just want to practice that over and over again until you can get consistent, even on both sides, right? Like I'm always better on the right side, but like you want to get consistent at that. See, there it is. And that's why I have the inputs on so you can see. Practice that, and once you get like good at that, let me see. There we go. So that's what you want to practice. So the move is buffered in. If you can get that forward, half circle forward, and then forward, you basically have buffered in the command grab. All you gotta do is push the button when you get close enough to the character. You see that? That was a command grab. See that? Now, the thing about this technique, the run buffer, like using the run buffer to input moves, it's not infinite. So I can't. Let's do the first example that we did. Just buffer in quarter circle forward, right? An easy one. I can stop. I can release that move right around here. But Yamazaki doesn't run that fast. He's not going to cover full screen. If I run from full screen, by the time I get there, you see that a regular far C comes out. See that? Like, let's do it again. Far C. But if I go here, let me get him in the corner. We can get a little visual guideline here. So you see the middle right here, where the timer would be? That's pretty much where, a little bit ahead of that, would be the maximum range of where the run buffer ends for that inputted move, right? So let me see. Right there, you see how it's like mid-screen? Any farther than that, and the buffer is gone. Like, the game has not stored the input. Yeah, so about right here, right, for Yamazaki. And I say for Yamazaki because characters have different run speeds in this game. So some might get a little bit more pixels of movement, like forward momentum, but the idea is like, it doesn't store these inputs. The game will not store the inputs all the way in that run buffer. See? It ends eventually. See? Anywhere, oh, okay. Anywhere closer though, and you're in there. There you go. The reason the knife was coming out is because I hit the button too early, right? I'm gonna get a DP motion right there. So, the same thing works for the command grab, right? Buffer that command grab in. I'm not gonna grab Kyo farther than this range, right? There's no way I'm going to this. You see this lady with the blue top in the background, standing right there? There's no way I'm running all the way full screen and having the command grab come out of that range. It's not happening. That run buffer is not, it doesn't store it for that long. Not the whole run. I mean, it would be really broken if it did. So I would say like right here, that lady looking at Yamazaki, that's that range right there. So it's important to know that yes, there's a limit to the distance that you can do this at. But yeah, so that's how you get running command grabs, you know? Yeah, this is a good distance, right? It's basically about mid-screen. Run up and grab them. And you know, you want to get consistent with both sides. See that? Run up, command grab. Any character with a command grab, this technique, they become a lot more scarier because you can pressure people into your strings, or you can just, you know, if you're standing there in neutral, just run up and grab them. And then like you can get your Oki on or something, especially in the corner. Run up, grab, whatever. So that's because of that run buffer thing. Give you another example here. This one is, I love doing this one because Vice is my girl. Vice is my girl, and Vice runs faster than Yamazaki. But same difference, right? It's the same thing. Forward, half circle forward. Forward, half circle back, right? And then to forward. So let's do that. You see that? Character kept running. Look at those inputs. We're good. That's a command grab, basically. All I gotta do is hit the button when I'm close enough, right? That was too far. There we go. Do you even pay attention? Because characters, when they run, see how she leans forward a bit? Your hurt box, or your collision, basically. If you want to get technical, your collision, hurt box, hit box, whatever it is, it's somewhat extended when you run, and that applies to, like, you know, that's why you can run cancel, right? You can cancel directly into that. This applies, like, I can be hit a little bit further. Like if Vice was standing here, like I probably wouldn't get hit by Kyo's 5D, right? Like it's normal standing D. But if Vice was running and was at that same distance right there, I probably would get hit because she's sticking her head forward. But that's good for running throws because if you look real closely, like let's do it right here, like right here. Okay, right there. That was good. There we go. She's not even at like command grab range. Like it feels like she's not even almost there. Like what's the max distance? Right here? Right there, right? So about where this lady's hand is right there in the background. That's the range. And that range comes into play very fast when you run. So when you do it at the run. That's why like when you do running command grabs or when they're done on you, it looks like they grab you from far away. When really they don't. They're doing it out of a run. See that? But yeah, it's the same thing. She has the same input for Yamazaki's. But if you're good, what you want to do is try to buffer in other, like Vice has another command grab, right? It's the half circle forward. 4, 1, 2, 3, 6. This one right here. That's another one. It's got a, I think, upper body invul on startup. It's a good one to use. And you can buffer that in the run too. You just forward, and then half circle forward. Very fast, right? Forward, forward, half circle forward. So if I do that, it's a little bit trickier, but oh no, that was the wrong one. Ah, there we go. It's a bit trickier, but you can get it. There we go. See, I buffered that different input. I buffered a whole half U basically into that. I'm gonna show you a trick though. There's an old trick that I used to see in the arcades to do those because it's not whichever one you have trouble doing. There's an alternative method to do that, right? So, like this half circle forward one, if you're on stick, you can, because of that run buffer, remember like for a few frames you're committed to the run. So even if I press like up back, you see how she didn't run? Look at that on the left. You see how she stayed running? She never jumped. If you can just swirl the stick, you can actually do a 360. And the character will keep running. As long as you end on forward, like you see that there's an up input in there. Look at that. See that? See that? So if you want, you can just like do it kind of like a 360. And to buffer like the quarter circle forward to get this grab, to get a running grab like that. Like, see? I kind of just like went all the way around to get that one. And the same goes for the half circle back, our first example. You can just go forward, and then on the second forward, swirl the stick, or your pad, because I'm on pad right now, but you can just go all around, do that. Do a whole 360. After the first forward. So forward, 360, but hold that forward, right? Really quick. Let me do it again. So forward, 360. See that? And she kept running. Boom. Command grab. Look at those inputs. Basically like a 360. See the up forward input in there? You see the up input? So yeah, you can just like swirl and you still get it. That's an alternative method to do. I don't do that because I mean I'm kind of not comfortable. I'm on pad, but if you have stick, that's a better way to do that. I just don't feel comfortable getting a jump in this kinds of games when I don't want them, especially if it's a big jump when I don't want it. But it's up to preference. The idea is like to teach you that the run buffer exists, and if you have a character that has a command grab, you definitely want to learn this, right? Like, this is something really important to learn because of stuff like that. Like, you can get a lot of good stuff. And it applies to anybody who has a command grab or a command grab super. So, to do the supers, it's the same thing, only you got to be a little bit faster. So, there are two ways to do command grab supers out of a run. You can do so there are two ways. There's out of far runs, like long distance ones, and then short distance ones. Long distance are the ones that come out of this right here, out of that range. See that? And then short distance would be the ones that come out of like this range right here, right? But there's still a run involved. It's not like I like walked up, buffered the motion, and did it. You still want to dash, even if it's at this range. Even at this range, you can do it. Like, you still want the threat of a dash, even at that range. So I'm going to demonstrate that right now. The far one is the same, right? I'm going to go forward, half circle back to forward, right? Very fast. So do that one. That'll be first learned. And once I get in grab range, because I'm already holding forward, all I gotta do is just do another half circle back really quick. And then push a kick button. In her case, you know, because hers is a double half circle back, right? 6, 3, 2, 1, 4. Twice. 1, 2. Into the command grab super. 1, 2, kick. Like that. But I'm going do the first U, right? Like forward, and then do the first half U back. Forward, first half U back, into forward. Get that running buffer in. So we already buffered that the first part of the super. Once we get close enough to grab Kyo, like right here, you know, I mean, you know your character's grab range, right? So once you get close enough, which around here, you want to, remember you're holding forward out of the run, you do that other half circle back into the button. Right, so 1 and then 2 once you get there. You have to do it fast because again, the run buffer does not hold the inputs forever. So, right there. See that? I'll replay it for you for those inputs so you can see it. I'm going to do the first one. Just look at the left side of the screen real quick. See? And they caught all my inputs. You can see the forward, the half circle back immediately to forward, and then the other half circle back as soon as I got into grab range to buffer the super. It takes a little bit of work to master this one. You know, you gotta work a little bit more for it, but again, it's a huge payoff. Yamazaki, it's the same case, right? His super was the same way, but it's with a punch. So, yeah, if you can get these down, that is like a huge... It's very dangerous to have a command grab character when you have this technique, right? Learn this. This is very useful. Now, another one... So here's there's an alternative way. The mid one, right? If you want to do from here, running command grab, no problem, right? But a super, it doesn't give you that distance, right? Like, I can do the same one from here, right? I can do that one all day. From here, though, there's a little pause, right? I'm already in Kyo's face for a lot of frames, you know? Let's do it again. I'm doing it wrong. There we go. So like from here, I don't like to do forward, like do it the regular way. Like long distance one, right there, right? Like instant. But from this distance, I don't really want to do that because you see how I kind of pushed Kyo back there? Like I was already on him, like I was already in his face. Basically, I was pushing him a little bit. At that point, I feel like people can react. Once you're running like this and pushing them back, the screen moves, and people can react just because of like the screen moving. So you don't really want to do that at close ranges like this, because I mean, really, you could just, I mean, dash up and command grab regularly. The super, you know, at this range, buffering it the way I was doing it, you see how I pushed them back. Like a good player will react. They'll be scared, especially if they've seen, you know, one of these already from you, right? A dash command grab. So what I like to do at this range when I'm doing you know, a low is I hide the motion. So the first half circle back, the first part of the super, I like to hide it in a block string like that. So within it, like I'll do crouching A, right? Do half circle back. See that? Crouching A, half circle back. I've hidden the buffer for the first part of the super in that move right there. Boom, half circle back. See that? Crouching B, crouching A, and then half circle back. Look at this. Half circle back. From that half circle back, I'm at this range. I'm going to immediately forward, and then half circle back again, and then kick. Alright, let's see if I can get this. There, see that? Instantly. So, pay attention to the inputs here. Boom. So to do that again, you hit a button. I like to always do like a low. Hit it, hide that first half circle back inside. You see the buffer there? Boom. See the left side of that screen? Half of the super has been buffered right there. All I gotta do after that first motion is immediately run. Immediately go forward, and then half circle back. So the input is I'm gonna do crouching B, crouching A, half circle back, and then forward, half circle back again. And because if you do that fast enough, remember, forward, half circle back, gives you a little dash because you already inputted forward twice for the run. So crouching B, crouching A, half circle back, and then forward, and then another half circle back. There's levels to this. This shit is, it's difficult. There is levels to this, right? So what did we learn? We learned running command grabs, right? That's my half circle back forward, right? With a half circle forward, you see that? So we got different types of command grabs. See that? Then we got that super from mid-range, or super from far away, which is that one. And then you got this one here, which is from close range. So it takes practice to learn them. I would say the hardest one is the one out of like a string, right? Hiding it inside the buffer inside another move. So we'll practice. Like it's the hardest to get, but once you get it down, like very strong. Like you really want to like incorporate this into your block strings and stuff. Yamazaki's right with the same super. Let's do my boy Yamazaki. So same thing, right? He's got the same motion input as Vice. 2 half circle backs and then a punch button. So forward, half circle back, and then forward, and then another half circle back as soon as I get close, right? There it is. And yeah, for his, it's the same way. You do a running at the block screen, hide that buffer. You see that? His is always like the famous one is like sand kick, right? Like do the kick, cancel, and like you can hide it in there too. See that? I can hide it in that move. So if I do the kick, see I can hide that quarter circle forward. I mean half circle back. I hit that one, and then all I gotta do is just like dash in, like forward, do the other motion. There. Like Yamazaki's is kind of easy because there's so much hit stun on that kick. So that's an easy way to like get them. Because people are gonna block this, right? But they're not gonna see that one coming. Yeah, Yamazaki's got that one kind of easier because you don't have to do it out of like strings, or like in his case you don't have to do it out of like 2 crouching A's and then run up super. I mean you could, but like yeah, it's better to like, I like to do it with the kick with him because it just pushes them back and like makes them feel a little safe, right? And then run up, and I like to do it with the kick with him. Shermies and Clark, same thing, right? Because we proved that you can buffer because I've shown you can buffer a half circle forward motion. So this is like the same deal, right? Like, remember her regular grab is a half circle forward instead of half circle back forward. So you can run up and just grab it, right? See that? See? And it's the same thing. As soon as I get to her super, she has 2, right? So she has the 4-1-2-3-6, the half circle forward twice into a punch. And then she's got the other one, the 1 frame, which is the reverse input, right? 2 half circle backs and a punch. And because she has those 2, you can do running command grab, you can do the running supers, either version, right? Same thing as Yamazaki's for the 1 frame, suplex. And then I can do the other version, which is a bit harder for me, but 2 half circle forwards, right, out of the run. Let's see if I can get this. That's better with the 360 actually. So it's a bit harder to do that one. And again, I can like, what is hers? Yeah, that one. Grab them. So same thing, any character with a command grab, you definitely want to learn this. The grappler right here. Yes, you definitely want to learn this with Clark. Even though his is a different motion, it's with kick, right? Oh, okay. So yeah, definitely want to learn it. Offer that into that run. Grab them. Hit him with the elbow. Super, you know, you just takes a bit of work. Hold on, what is it? Super. Backwards? Oh, okay. So yeah, half circle backs. Get him. What's the string here? Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, his is good. Those are quick. So 1, 2, into grab, right? He's got so many, right? It's Frankensteiner is this. So yeah, Clark's got the Frankensteiner. You can buffer that in, just forward. Can I do that? Oh, I can. So with Clark's, if you want to buffer Frankensteiner, don't go forward, and then quarter circle forward, like our first example. You don't want to do that one, because you're holding forward, you're kind of losing that last 3 input, right? That last diagonal down. You're gonna lose that one, and that's what you need because it's a DP, right? It's forward, down, down, forward for the Frankensteiner. So if you want to do that out of run, do the half circle forward, but like do the run, right? But immediately go back to down forward. That's what you want, right? Because it's not going to store it if you keep holding forward, it's not really going to store the move. It's not going to keep it stored. So forward, half circle forward, right? But then immediately to down forward. You see how I'm holding down forward right now, and Clark is still running? So it's going to save that input. Clark is still going to be running because down forward is treated as both down and forward. And because it's still treated as a forward input, the run is still happening. So if you're going to do running Frankensteiner in Clark's case, you go immediately to down forward, right? It's going to be a 6-2-3 forward, right? 6-2-3-6 into 3 again. Alright? With Clark's, definitely want it out of a run. Hold that down forward at the end, right? And you'll get it every time. There we go. So yeah, guys, practice this, and you know you're gonna be good in no time. You know, anybody with a command grab, you got it. All right, so just get good with that. You know, even out of like strings, see this? Even out of like this. You know, that's how we do it out of runs. You know.